Good morning. Happy Sunday. Sunday, Sunday. It's April. Can't read that. 6th. It's nearly 7 o'clock in the morning. I've been up since 3:30. I couldn't sleep. Just tried to go back to sleep. Couldn't. Just don't know. So I'll be a bit cranky this morning, probably. Not that I'm not cranky most days. Cranky meaning crazy, of course, but then I'm not really crazy. I'm just working my way through things. That's all. That's all. Here's something I'm working through. I got given this a long time ago by a friend who's a really clever fellow. And, I think I post it every so often because it really helps me. It's just a chart, just gives you an idea of where we are. So I'm going to flip the camera over and I hope you can read it. Basically, okay. This is your timeline here. Okay, that's your life, and there's your issues. Right, that's your issues. So you're going along here, do, and how you deal with your issues when you confront them. Well, here's how I do it. I acknowledge the things that are an issue to me. I acknowledge them and I accept them and I take responsibility for them. Then I have an authentic emotion. Then, very importantly, compassion and forgiveness, love and connection, gratitude, very important, surrender and detachment. Just give in to whatever is. It's an ism. And then I can be in being and integration and union. And that's how I connect to my issues. And I connect to my issues because I do my shadow work. But of course you can come across your issues and you can go, no, I haven't got any issues. So you're automatically in denial. And you could say, no, I'm not into, no, I don't do issues. I haven't got any issues. So you object and you become in conflict with your actual issues that you're dealing with, which would be silly, wouldn't it? And then you blame others or blame anything else other than the recognition that you have an issue. And if you come across anybody that doesn't have an issue, see, I can minimize my issue by accepting all of these things. But by doing it this way, this issue here becomes much bigger. And so that's always helped me, just recognizing how I'm dealing with my issues. The important thing is, for me, is I continue to do what Jung, very clever fellow, wrote some great books. And I think he advanced humanity more than any individual over the last 100 years or so, or whatever, with his writing and his philosophy and his psychology. It's all interlinked. I think Jung is probably the best person to read fully and understand fully, and that way you can understand how important it is to do your shadow work, that part of you that you try and deny, like, oh, dark thoughts, but you actually know exists. So it's an ism and it's an issue, and you should deal with it. And most of them come from, in my experience, those I've talked to who have issues eventually get to a point where they retrace the steps that got them to deal with their issues in somewhat destructive ways. So, and it nearly always goes back to some childhood trauma. I certainly had my fair share of that. But once you deal with it and you come to terms with it, you can start to recognize that you can build out of it. So that's very important. And yeah, last few days I've had issues with myself because I've not been sleeping well enough. So it's hard to round out my physical, mental, emotional self and understand truly what I am as a human, or who I am. That's better, not what I am, who I am as a human being in this society. Because we are society, whether we like it or not, it's irrelevant. It's an issue, you see, so we have to deal with it. And it's been strange over the last month, and it's been just over a month since I've been helping a friend who had a really life-changing physical operation that has seemingly, because I don't know what's in her head, but seemingly given her pause for thought about where she is. And of course that's very challenging for me because I had my perception of who she was, and now my perception of who she was, and recognizing that she is changing and changing quite abruptly. Yeah, it's tough to witness, but at the same time, it's really good to witness because even prior to the operation that she had, the physical operation she had, she was having major issues with the way she views society. I mean, the society is made up of all of us, and not all of us are completely going in the wrong direction. In fact, is there any wrong direction? Because individually, we should be doing things we love and desire and not really forgetting that we can love and we can understand and be empathetic towards each other, to be compassionate with each other. So, I don't know. I mean, are we in a position where we can find a place of peace within a society that's constantly reminding us of all the crazy stuff that's going on in the world? It's like, well, yeah, of course you can find that sense of peace. It's within you. But can we find it with another? And it's something you have to work on. Every relationship you ever have in all of your life with whoever you're interacting with has to be worked upon. But you work on yourself, and then you bring that out into the world, and you try not to change the other person. You have influence, and it's hugely important to recognize that, when you're in the presence of another human that's, grown and interacting with other humans themselves, that you don't want to disrupt their flow of where they are. But at the same time, if they need help, you can help. It's knowing how much you can give, and knowing that doesn't end. It never ends. You keep giving. It's important. Okay, that's about it, really. It's where I'm at on this Sunday morning. Yeah. Having not enough sleep, but feeling pretty good. And yeah, just keep going forward. Happy Sunday. All right, there's a lot to do today, if you want, or nothing to do, if you want. All right, I love you. Bye. Bye-bye. Just give you a final look at that chart so as you can take a screenshot of it yourself if you want. Try and bring it into focus. No, it's not going to have it. Or maybe it will. Yeah. I'm going to screenshot that. Remembering that the middle line is your timeline, and these are your issues. Very important to understand how we can be better with our own issues, and that way it helps everybody. All right. Love you. Cheers. Happy Sunday. Bye.